On the final day of the third lunar month in the year 1613, I stepped through the west gate of Ninghai, leaving the familiar world behind. Above, the heavy clouds parted as if by divine command, and the sun illuminated the path stretching toward the unknown. I marched 30 li with a heart full of anticipation until the shadow of Mount Lianhuang loomed over me. The locals spoke in hushed tones, warning of tigers prowling the mountain trails under the cover of darkness. Their fear was contagious, forcing me to halt my journey and seek shelter for the night. As I lay there, I could feel the pulse of the wild calling to me, a mixture of danger and destiny, waiting just beyond the threshold of the morning sun. The first day of the fourth month arrived with a persistent rain, washing the world in gray. However, by mid-morning, the sky cleared, revealing the distant peaks of Mount Tiantai. At Songmen Ridge, the terrain turned treacherous. The path was slick with mud and ancient moss, making it impossible for horses to keep their footing. We were forced to abandon our mounts and scale the ridges on foot, our breath coming in ragged gasps. Yet, nature offered a reward for our toil. Vibrant azaleas bloomed amidst the greenery, their brilliant colors masking the physical strain of the climb. Every step was a battle against the slope, but the beauty of the blooming mountain kept our spirits from flagging as we pushed deeper into the heights. We reached Jinzhou Hermitage, where we met the wise monk Yunfeng. He looked at our heavy packs and advised us to travel light for the trials ahead. Following his counsel, I sent our heavy luggage to Guoqing Temple, keeping only the essentials as we pressed on toward the legendary stone bridge. The path grew increasingly desolate. The sounds of the bustling world were replaced by the rustle of deep woods and the distant roar of hidden spring. We spent a restless night at Amitabha Hermitage, shivering as the mountain wind howled through the narrow gaps like a restless spirit. The second day brought more mud and steep crags, testing our resolve. As dusk fell, we finally reached Tianfeng Temple, where I spent the night watching the cold stars, praying for a clear dawn. On the third day, the sun rose in a brilliance that set the horizon aflame. I scrambled upward, my hands gripping the cold stone, until I reached the summit of Huading Peak. The world below was a sea of clouds. Here, the frost-covered grass sparkled like scattered jade under the morning light, a crystalline garden in the sky. Yet, the peak itself was barren, stripped of life by the biting, relentless cold. It was a place of pure, lonely majesty. As I began my descent, the landscape shifted once more. I explored winding streams and lush, moss-covered rocks, where each turn revealed a new and breathtaking wonder. The mountain was a living scroll of ink and wash, unfolding its secrets only to those who dared to climb its highest reaches. The air was thin and crisp, carrying the scent of ancient pine and frozen earth. By late afternoon, the roar of water led me to the stone bridge. The waterfall cascaded down in 3 majestic stages, shattering against the rocks and swirling into deep, emerald pools. I ventured further to the Pearl Curtain waterfall, leaping over tall grass and scaling the cliffs barefoot to catch a better view of the spray. As twilight descended, the stone bridge stood like a stone rainbow against the darkening sky, a bridge for the gods. On the fourth day, I walked across the narrow span, 3 zhang long and terrifyingly thin. Looking down into the abyss, the sight chilled my bones, a void of mist and thunder. I sat on a massive rock for hours, lost in the sight of the falling water, until the monks called me for a simple meal. The journey continued to Guoqing Temple, where ancient firs towered over the sutra pavilion, filled with the cries of nesting cranes. As I descended toward Guoqing, the endless ridges revealed the true, towering height of the peak I had conquered. Reunited with Yunfeng at dusk, we sat by the fire and mapped out our final path. The 2 cliffs, the legendary peach blossom spring, and the mystical towers of Tongbai. My journey was far from over, but the spirit of Tiantai was now etched into my soul forever.